大家好，我是讲教工 Richard. Hello everybody, I'm Richard Gong of MacTV podcast version, and so I don't know whether I don't know whether how that country is going to get the third world war started anyway. But actually, so maybe so this is my expectation or this is my speculation, but I think that the kickstart was the first step is to invade into that island named Taiwan. Taiwan is the first target of the mainland China. Yeah that country that country is the mainland China anyway. So I didn't tell you which country I was talking about, but actually the mainland China is what I was talking about. And anyway, so this time what I'd like to talk about is so the balloons having come from not having come from anywhere. So if you are American people, and to start with, the majority among the all listeners of my podcast. So the majority is American people, which means so in the case of the static data of my podcast, so slightly less than 60% is an American people or American people, not non-American people, but American people. So there are many ethnic groups in American people or in the people of the United States of America. So so maybe the main people is British people, I think. But actually, so I have heard of that. There's a huge population of German people. There's a huge population. There's a huge population having German ancestries, and another large population having another large population comes from Latin American countries. Yeah, which is why so there's if you call certain ethnic ethnic groups American peoples, so they may be, for example, not for example, but indigenous people are maybe American peoples. Indigenous peoples are American peoples. There are many indigenous groups or indigenous ethnic groups in American continent. So which is why, so if you call some people American people, so indigenous people must be American people. And but actually, so if you find some American people, I mean, if you find some white American people as American people, anyway, so I think it's still alright, but because the truth is that the truth is that so they live or those white people live in the United States anyway. So and what I'm going to talk about is that spy balloon which came from China to the United States of America. And recently there had been another spy balloon which was shot down, or which had been shot down by the United States in Alaska, well in the sky of Alaska anyway. So in Alaska, in Alaska, well, in the state of Alaska, another balloon had been destroyed anyway. And I haven't told you the title and the conclusion of this episode. The title is loading your dreams onto balloons, and the dreams take forms. And the conclusion is what I'm going to tell you. And the conclusion is the dream of China is to control the entire world, which means the third world war is going to get started. So, as I have told you in the beginning of this episode, so anyway, just how the mainland China is going to start the war is by invading or by attacking or by assailing Taiwan Island. So by doing which the mainland China is going to incorporate incorporate Taiwan into its own territory or into its soil. And Taiwan is going to become a province of Taiwan. And so I have seen a map. I have seen a map of China created by the mainland China, and according to which, so Taiwan was categorized into what Taiwan comprised of what Taiwan was Taiwan was encompassed into one of the territories of the mainland China, and Taiwan was a Taiwan was Taiwan Shan, which means Taiwan was a province of Taiwan, yeah, province of Taiwan or Taiwan province. It's like how it is one of the provinces of China, like so Hebei Shan, or so another one is Guangdong Shan, you know and Taiwan Shan is the same as those shans or provinces. Shan is province in Chinese language, anyway. So, well, by the way, and yeah, so I think the country is going to start the Third World War, and the dream of the mainland China is, as I have told you, so to get the control of the entire world. Well, anyway, the name of the mainland China is, I mean, the Chinese name in the mainland China is the center of the world, and to start with, there's an idea, or there's a central concept in China that the central concept is, so China is the center of the world, which is why, so so, and people, and at least people, the people in my country call that central idea, so中华思想思想 yeah, this is correct. So of course, I'm a Japanese person, and so I should tell you the translation of that central concept. The translation is, so so the the idea of being center. So the idea of being center, or there's a I think there's a formal translation of 中华思想, and at least the people in my country call that central concept as as 中华思想, and reading the Chinese characters of that central idea in my mother tongue. So how to read is 中華思想 in my mother tongue, or which means, and by the way, so my mother tongue is Japanese, and which is why I'm not so good at using English, and to start with, I can't speak English natively, and so the central concept of the mainland China, and which is why, so at least the government of the mainland China finds their country, which means China, and the central government finds their country the center of the world, which means, so what China wants is to govern, or to subjugate the entire world, and control the entire world, which is a dream, which is a supreme dream. Yeah, maybe supreme dream. The supreme dream is how to call the purpose, or the purpose of the mainland China. Anyway, so so the purpose of the mainland China is not just conquering or subjugating Taiwan Island, but actually, the entire world, or the rest of the world, is what the China watches, what the China, not China, but China targets anyway, which is why, so I think the Third World War is going to get to started. The Third World War is going to get started, and so China starts that war, so I think the kickstart was the event was the instance which may start the war must be the invasion was the conquest of Taiwan Island. And another stuff is, for example, so I'm creating this episode in February in 2023, which means so there's an ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, and so that war may become harsher, or that Slavic war may become larger. So anyway, so that one may involve the uses of fighter aircraft, for example, and fighter aircraft, and so another. And to start with, that war, not that war has involved military tanks into its war, which means so both belligerents, not only Russia but also Ukraine is going to use Western tanks, which is why so that war may become harsher, and so which is what I think, and so perhaps fighter bomber. I don't know whether fighter bomber is a correct word for explaining the fighter aircraft, which is special, which is featured in, or which is specialized in, or which specializes in bombing, or failing bombs, or failing grenades onto the side of enemies. Fighter airplanes, or fighter bombers may be used by Ukraine in the future, which is a worry, and by doing but through those events, or through that series of events, or through that course of escalation, through that course of escalation, so the war may become larger, which is a thing I'm worried about. But actually, by those processes, I mean the conquest of Taiwan, or invasion against Taiwan, and how should I say it? So that Slavic was a last Ukrainian war becoming more extreme, or more harmful, or more lethal, or more dangerous one, which is by those causes, or by those processes, there may be, or there may happen a third world war, or there may happen the third world war, or there may happen a war whose size is similar to the third world war, which is what I'm worried about, and which is what I expect, or which is what I speculate. I don't want the third world war to happen, but actually, so maybe, we may face the third world war, or we may see the scenes of third world war, which is what I think. So I'm going to end this episode. So wait a moment, please. The title is Loading Your Dreams onto Balloons, and the dreams take forms. And the conclusion is, the dream of China is to control the entire world, which means the third world war is going to get started. So that's it. This is all. Thank you very much for everything. See you. And by the way, I found a translation of Zhonghua Sixiang. I'm sorry, Zhonghua Sixiang is that so the China is the center of the world. The China is center of the world, and in English that is called sinocentrism, and in Chinese that central concept is called So, Zhongguo Zhongxinjuyi, Zhongguo Zhongxinjuyi is the original name, and which means that Chinese name is an authentic one, was the original one, and the translation of English is sinocentrism. So I couldn't pronounce well.